Happy birthday to Ella Fitzgerald, very possibly the greatest 20th century interpreter of popular song. She would have been 106 years old today. And I want to salute her by sharing something that I noticed. Ella Fitzgerald, like any great artist, sheds light on the condition of being human. And many years ago, I was in a car, in a rental car, I think, driving, listening to the songs on my iPod, back when iPods were not connected to the internet. I was listening to the songs in alphabetical order, and the Hoagy Carmichael song, Skylark, came up. And I immediately realized that I had 33 versions of Skylark on this iPod. So unless I hit shuffle, I was going to be hearing nothing but Skylark for the next couple of hours. And a nerd is going to nerd. And so I just let it happen. And I listened to all these amazing versions, instrumental versions by hip, players from the 50s, all the great singers. Aretha Franklin sang that song. Robert Goulet sang that song. And as the miles and the versions roll by, just being steeped in this wonderful piece of harmonic origami. It's complicated, but it sounds simple. I began to notice that everybody fell into one camp or the other on the way to sing this one phrase. And there really are two ways to sing it. And, I began to just guess who would make the choice. So the tune, Skylark, have you anything to say to me? Won't you tell me where my love could be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? And then it goes through the A section again. Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart could go journeying over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane? That's the phrase. And just about half the people who sing this song will go to a blossom-covered lane. But the other half go over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane. And without getting too technical, the first note is in the key that the whole song is in. And the other one is out of the key. They have consequences later on in the song, but I doubt anyone is thinking that technically about things. I think it's mostly instinct. Anyway, I'm listening to the versions and sort of guessing who'll do what, and Hoagy Carmichael comes up, singing his own song on the record, Hoagy Sings Carmichael, and I thought, well, now we'll know. However he does it, obviously he wrote it, he'll be correct. And correct is not the right term. He will give us the definitive version. And sure enough, over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane. And so I put that little pebble away. Okay, that's what the authority says. And then the next artist to come up on my iPod was Ella Fitzgerald. And I realized all at once that no, she's the authority. He wrote it, but she's Ella Fitzgerald. Songs are just devices like every other piece of art. It's just a device. You put your attention in one end, either as an interpreter or a listener, or ideally both. And you have this communal experience that sheds light on your humanness. And she's it. If she thinks that it should be the note from inside the key, well, then she's right, and the guy that wrote it is wrong. And over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane. She sings the note in the key, and there it is. There it is. The arbiter in the long run is Ella Fitzgerald. And so happy birthday, Ella Fitzgerald. And happy day for us. I love that we live in this world where there are artists, there are writers, there are playwrights and also actors and screenwriters and also, movie actors, that there are songwriters and there are singers of songs, classical composers and soloists, novelists, and us here to tell that story to ourselves with our eyes and our brains, and then to have it shed light on our heart. It's good to live in this world and to be reminded of that.